Hey y'all, so this week's message is talking about our thoughts. So many of us may be in our heads, we may be feeling like we're stuck, something's holding us back, and we just feel like we can't move past the anxiety, the stress. So it's like we're being overwhelmed by just our thoughts and thinking that we actually are helpless and we can't get out of certain situations based off of us feeling anxiety or feeling stress, and we're just being encouraged to know that we can move through it, that we have the power to move through it. If we feel like we're helpless, we're not. So we're allowing ourselves to stay stuck, and that's not good. We need to tap into that power to remove ourselves out of that headspace so that we can be able to live, to be stress free, to be, anxiety free, because our mind will take us, to the future in just all types of places that we really don't need to be except for in this present moment. So we are being encouraged to um move past that space of feeling stuck, because we're not stuck. We actually have the power to free ourselves, but we're actually allowing or choosing ourselves to stay in this space of anxiety, stress, etc. So we just need to live, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That's what came up. It's like, live, get yourself out of that space. You can breathe. You're not held down by anxiety and fear and stress. You can remove yourself from that space, but if you want to stay there, that's your choice. So we're also being encouraged to recall our dreams. Like, what have we been dreaming about lately? Does it apply to our awake life? We need to start journaling about our dreams, because our subconscious mind is pretty much, trying to communicate, tell us things that we need to know, and that will help us on our path in our wake life, pretty much in our present moment. So if you've been having dreams and things like that, document them and see how they apply to your life now. Also, if you have challenging times right now, ask questions before you go to sleep that you may want answers to. And when you wake up, see what your dream was about, document and see how it's relevant to your life to help you on your path, to help you grow. So that's what we're being encouraged to do this week. Pay attention to our dreams, write them down, ask a question before we go to sleep, see how it's relevant to our present life, and also I pulled the card, talking about our first chakra, the red chakra, our root chakra, which is basically about grounding, self-sufficiency. How are we taking care of ourselves? Have we been in a space where we've been really feeling like we're stuck and that we're helpless? We can't get ourselves the things that we need. We're being encouraged to tap into that root chakra, grounding, and it's based around our just survival. Are we able to provide ourselves the things we need? Are we taking care of ourselves? If you feel like you haven't been in a space to take care of yourself, then you are being encouraged to, tap into your power. Know that you have what it takes to have self-sufficiency, to just take care of yourself. On the card, it says, I am resourceful. I put in the effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. So these are just the basic necessities that we need. So we need to take accountability for these things, and to be able to provide these things for ourselves. So if we're feeling like we leaving this in the hands of others, then we're being encouraged to tap into our first chakra, the root chakra, which is about self-sufficiency and grounding. And then also our last message is about those automatic negative thoughts. What thoughts have we been feeding? Are we feeding those negative thoughts? We have so many thoughts all the time that we need to pay attention to them. And what I can share is just mindfulness, because that's what works for me. It's like we're having thousands and thousands of, all of these thoughts going on in our minds. Which ones are we feeding? For me, I'm always aware. So I would just say, be aware, be present enough to know what you're thinking, instead of letting your thoughts just drive you. It's like you grab a hold of your thoughts, know what you're thinking, know when you're having those moments of those toxic negative thoughts, so that you can be able to stop them and be able to, switch gears, to be able to think of something different, think of something more, positive. Yes, we have these negative thoughts, but which ones are you feeding? So it's like, if you're feeding these negative thoughts, you're being encouraged to stop feeding them, because they're not helping you. They're allowing you to stay stuck in anxiety and fear and stress, and you're not giving no power to the positive ones. So it's like, be encouraged to pay attention, mindfulness, take control over your thoughts, direct them where you want them to be. Don't allow them to direct you and take you into this deep hole where you can't even pull yourself out of it, because you're just feeling hopeless, you're feeling helpless, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling limited. And it's like, no, who's in control? You or your thoughts? Pay attention, be mindful, so that you can save yourself, so you can pull yourself out of those deep, negative, toxic, dysfunctional thoughts, pretty much. So that is our weekly message. It's just, it's just like, we just need to pay attention to our thoughts, feed the right ones. The only way to grab control over those negative thoughts is by being present and aware and knowing that you're thinking them, and then being able to switch gears so that you can think something different. Think of the things that you want versus the things that you don't want, and just really stay grounded and stay rooted, and pay attention to, just your dreams, the things that you've been dreaming as well, because that could be the answer to some of the things that some of us may be dealing with in our present moment. So as long as we take control over ourselves and don't feel like we're helpless and we're stuck, we're good. We'll be able to move forward and experience more joy and live in the present moment, versus being overwhelmed and stressed and fearful over just the things we've been thinking. So we're being encouraged to free ourselves from our thoughts, y'all. And that is our weekly message, and I hope it resonated. Peace.